Hey guys, it's Josh here and welcome to my first island living speed build. I'm just gonna start off and say that I had so much fun building this house. Like, I haven't had this much fun building in ages, and I feel like I said the exact same thing my last speed build because that's when I had come back from my break from building, but like, this was even more fun obviously because of the new pack and like the new mechanics, like building over the water. Although it was a little bit fiddly to get those like stilts correct, because sometimes when you played around with like the placement of stilts and like changing the swatches, if you didn't change them all to be consistent, it kind of like bugs out and there's like weird things that happen where like all the stilts are like really close to each other, but in the end, like obviously that doesn't happen. But anyway, this house is kind of like a 2-house lot. I just wanted to make it 2-house because I just wanted an excuse to have this really long, like, is it a pier? No, it's not a pier, but I just wanted to have this really long walkway over the water because I just thought that it was really cool and a lot of fun. And so, yep, this basically became a 2-house lot. One of them being like the main house with like the double bed and the, for the most part, better furniture and stuff. And then the second house, I made it kind of like a guest house because this house is definitely built to be like welcoming. So like if someone wanted to come and stay for whatever reason, they could, so that if maybe a visitor comes over, like maybe a family member could come over temporarily from another world, or you could take in some traveling conservationists or something so they could have a place to stay while they help fix up Sulani. But anyway, obviously the entire house is going to be pretty much all island living stuff. So I've used the very cool thatched roofing. I used a really cool wall in the end as well, the wooden wall, which looks pretty cool. Like, it's perfect. Also, I used I forgot which one of the fences I end up using, but I think I just used the fence that looks like regular timber. Yeah, that's the fence I end up using. I don't do it all the way because obviously I wanted to make it so that your Sims can like jump off if they wanted to, because I know the animation's pretty cool when they jump into the water. And also the doors, it uses pretty much all of the open windows from Island Living because I'm actually really happy that they added so many different options. I did hear that some people did want like basically people were saying that they wanted like a half version of the really tall windows that came with Island Living, and I agree with them, so I might actually create like a mesh edit of it in the future if no one does that before I do it. This is a little like hint at possible upcoming CC. But anyway, it does take quite a while to like finish off the shape of the house because this is the first time playing in Sulani and the first time building above water, so it was kind of like a lot for me, and it took me ages to like find a really nice swatch for everything because I do love the swatches, but they were really tricky to like combine them all together. So like the roof color, the wall color, the window color, it just took quite a while. So I'll just skip to the interior decorating and we'll actually just go back to the outside at the very end to obviously decorate it. For the most part, the exterior decorating is now complete, and for some reason we actually start off with the bedrooms. I usually start off with the kitchens, but for some reason I just saw the bed and went, oh, let's just start with the bedroom because I just wanted to have a play around with all of the new bedroom objects first for some reason. But anyway, I actually really love the circular end tables that we got because they're actually smaller than most other coffee tables in the game. And one thing I've always said about the Sims for end tables is that most of them are just massive. It is crazy how big and bulky they are, and that's the reason why I've been using the Seasons one a lot, because it's actually like pretty much half the size of a regular end table. And I think I'll be using the circular island living one quite often now as well, because it's not as small as the Seasons one, but it is a lot smaller than most of the other like really big ones. And also, I'll be placing like pretty much all of the other island living objects that match, because like I'm really happy with the amount of matching furniture that we get, because I know in the past we've gotten some questionable packs which have like really nice objects but have like literally 0 swatches that like match with anything else. But anyway, for some reason like the washed up crates and stuff were in clutter. I was like, what is this? And I put it out and like this massive thing just appeared on my screen because I was expecting it to be small. I think we were about to start in the kitchen now, and I had like a weird time deciding like which house should be the main house. So like later on down the line, I actually end up swapping the bedrooms, like just dragging and dropping the bedrooms. Like it was just so weird. So I think this one was the single bed house, but I end up turning this house, this like building into like the main part of main house. So the double bed ends up going in here, and then the other house will be the secondary house. And like I kind of tried to make it sort of like a conservationist guest house, because I did put like, as you can see in the bedroom, I put like the desk down, a computer down, and I don't think that in most houses in Sulani there'd be like a computer, because like this is a tropical paradise. Who wants to sit down and like use the computer? That's why there's also just an old TV as well, because like why would you watch TV when you could just look out the window and see the amazing oceanic views? Like that is amazing. And honestly, these armchairs are so amazing. Like I think we've got like 3 or 4 like living chairs, not including the sofas and love seats. Like there's so many, like, as you can see, there was like 5. Yeah, there's 6. We got 6 armchairs. Well, not, some of them are like ottomans or whatever, but they function as armchairs, and they look so cool. I didn't get to have a look at all of the swatches, but they look cool. And also I saw that some of the houses, some of the pre-built houses in Sulani had like outdoor kitchen areas. Well, not really kitchen areas, but there's like a fridge outside or a stove outside. So for this house, I decided to put the sinks outside, just so that it was kind of in theme with all the other houses in Sulani. And I had this weird idea about using the little like shade thing as like a coffee table, but that was not working, so I just deleted that as soon as I could. And as you can see, like I'm using one of the new swatches for the doors that came with the free base game update, the new 200 or 350 new colors for the doors. Like that's a lot of colors, but I was so glad that they added in many swatches for the modern door, because that needed the swatches pretty much the most, because that was the most used, like that was one of my most used doors. And like as more and more packs were being added, and like so many other like objects and wooden colors were being added, I kind of like couldn't really use that door anymore, since it was missing so many key swatches. But now it pretty much has all of them. I'm so excited to be able to use those doors for like future builds, because there's like the plain white swatch, there's a wooden white swatch, there's pretty much like everything now for that door. So I'm really excited. And yeah, this house does actually end up getting 2 computers. So one in the conservationist bedroom, as I call it, and the other one in the main building as like the study corner. And I also included like a really modern-ish kitchen, because although this is like probably a really old Sulani a really old house in Sulani, I wanted to make it somewhat like current day, because obviously a person living here, if they were like here for the views and because they wanted to have like a little holiday house kind of thing, I feel like they would have at least like upgraded some parts of the house. So that's why like their main house has like a really nice kitchen. I think the secondary house has like a few older pieces of furniture. I do make the main house like have really nice furniture, or the more expensive kitchen appliances. But anyway, I think we're just about ready to start decorating the living area of the secondary house. Like I'm getting so confused about which house I'm in, because I just did this house like in no particular order, and I was just going back and forth. But I really love how this area turned out. Like this specific area of the house, like this is so scenic. Like I loved how it looked, and like the new plants and the new curtains that came with Island Living, they are amazing. Like some of the stuff that we're getting in these newer packs recently, like I have no words. Like they're just so amazing for building. But anyway, we are just decorating the little what am I talking about? The little dining area now. So obviously the secondary house has like a smaller table and stuff, because the chances of people hanging around in there is a lot lower, and there's only room for one person to stay in there anyway, so I didn't really see why we'd need more than 2 tables in this particular house. But in the main, oh my goodness, as I said, I'm just getting confused with like which house I'm talking about. And in the main house is that house has 3 seats, because there's the potential of 2 people living in it, and then maybe like even the person staying in the other house could have dinner with the people living in the main house, so they'd have 3 people sitting there. Oh my goodness. And also, obviously, since this is a tropical paradise, we will be having a really nice deck area to relax and to sunbathe in. And another fun feature I liked about the game was being able to like get a tan and getting sunburnt, and the fact that it like literally matches what clothes your Sims are wearing. Like, that's pretty amazing. Like, I love that. Anyway, we're doing the bathrooms out, and the bathrooms, they're quite simple. I'm pretty sure both of them are actually quite similar, except that the main bathroom ends up getting a bath instead, I believe, instead of a oh wait, did they both get showers? I think they ended up just both getting baths, but the main house ends up getting the better bath from Seasons, while the secondary house ends up getting a base game regular like cheap bath. I think we're actually getting almost ready to the point that we're going to go outside, and outside was a lot of fun as well because I got to explore some of the new plants that we got in the game, and honestly, the new like bushes and like floor covering plants that we got, or the ground covering plants that we got, are like pretty much exactly what I've always wanted. Like, sure, the base game like bushes are pretty good, but like the ones that came with Seasons, there's this one in particular that is so amazing because it is like really like voluminous. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's really big and like lush, and I'm pretty sure like I'll be using that in every single build from now on, instead of the really weird, it's not really weird, but like it kind of is weird now compared to the the island living one. Like, it is, the new one is amazing. And the palm trees as well, like there is just so much to talk about this game in terms of build mode alone. Like, it is amazing, and I just love all of the items, especially the modern items that came with tropical living. Oh yeah, like island living. Oh my goodness, I'm getting so confused. Like, island living, tropical paradise, island paradise, like, oh my goodness. But anyway, as I was saying, like, I'm really happy with all of like the luxury modern items that came with island living as well, like the shelves, the counters. I'm a bit sad that we didn't really get any themed, like any new like regular island, like regular counters for like the regular huts in the game, but I'm glad that we at least got some modern counters in the game. But one thing I will say about those modern counters is I am really annoyed that we actually didn't get any island counters for the new counters that came with island living. Like, honestly, they did this with Jungle Adventure and then they added it later, so you'd think they would have learnt, but they didn't. But whatever, rant. Like, I wasn't even a rant, but that was just me like talking about it. Like, it's just really annoying that they didn't add it in. I feel like they will add it in later, like they did with Jungle Adventure, but I'm kind of sad that they didn't do it to begin with. But anyway, as you can see now, we are just kind of like adjusting the roofs, and I love the new roofing like decorations they put in. Like, they're amazing. I love them. And now we are working on planting the trees on the beach, which is so much fun. Like, I think we got like 3 palm trees with this pack, and like, as you can see, the bushes and the flowers, they're just amazing. Look how lush they look. Like, they're perfect for any modern house as well. Like, I can see myself using those like every single time now because they're just amazing. But anyway, also in the back area there is a little pub. I think it's the Jungle Adventure barbecue, and there's also a couple of towels, a shade, umbrella. Is it an umbrella? Like, did I put an umbrella down? I'm trying to remember. No, I put the tropical, oh my goodness, tropical again. I put the island living shade cloth instead of the umbrella because I felt like that fit a lot better, obviously since it was made for this pack. But I think I don't do that just yet. And also I do put down some decorations on the ground, as you can see. I think I put some crates down as well, and also I put one jet ski. I don't know what I'm pretty sure they have a different name in the game, but I just call them jet skis. And I also put one of the conservationist boats down as well. And apart from that, I think that's basically it. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this speed build because I had so much fun building this, and I'm pretty sure that my next build is going to be a modern tropical themed house. So I'm really excited to build that and use all of the new modern or the more like luxury tropical items that came with that pack. So I'm really excited for that. Also, there will be screenshots at the end of this, so if you're interested in those, definitely stay tuned. If you'd like to find this on the gallery, it will be up as Sulani Home, because I have no better name for it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!